So in my previous DNF Duel video, I think I made my thoughts known about the game and how DNF Duel, but there's a lot of weird going on in it, right? You know, there was like the lack of support and a bunch of other issues going on that we didn't know what the hell's going on. But ever since Spectre released, I had hope that maybe things were going to get better, and in a sense they kind of have. They announced Brawler a while ago, I think like a couple of weeks ago, and then he got released super soon, right? And now they just announced a new character known as Battle Mage, who's going to be coming in December. And I remember like when people were complaining about, you know, DNF Duel like not getting enough updates, and that was fair, that was warranted. It's been a whole year since the game came out, and the only thing that got announced in that time was the season pass that Spectre was coming soon, and a Switch port was made, right? So, you know, it wasn't really no one knew anything, right? And I was sitting there thinking, like, okay, what's going on? There has to be something going on. There's Nexon, there's Aiding, there's Arc System Works, there's 3 different people. And there's also the people who even do DNF Duel. So there's like a bunch of shit, like, well, DFO, my bad. There's a bunch of like this prawn game is being pulled by so many different people, right? So my shot, okay, Spectre came out. I was like, okay, Spectre's gonna come out. We're probably gonna be another few months until the next character come out. And it's funny. It's funny to believe that Spectre only came out like a few months ago, which is like a couple months ago, right? It's only been like a couple months. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's been a minute since, like, it's like, damn, Spectre, it's not been that long since Spectre came out. And so we get like shadow dropped about like Brawler, because I was just scrolling through, right? I'm subscribed to the DNF Duel YouTube channel, but I didn't see none of her, notifications pop up. And then when I saw, oh yeah, we're getting Brawler in DNF Duel, I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't see it coming. I didn't get no notification. It was just kind of like shadow dropped, right? And then like I was scrolling through Twitter and I see something about Battle Mage. I was like, what is that? Is it DFO related? No, she's a DNF Duel character coming out. I was like, what? Now, granted, I feel like they should announce this so soon, right? December is still 3 months away, right? It's still, granted, September is almost over as of recording this video, but you know, December is still far off, right? It's still 3 more months. But at the very least, they announced the character beforehand, which is a good thing, you know? Like, I would prefer they announce the character maybe a month in advance, like, you know, maybe not, yeah, a month in advance, not just 3 months. But the fact that they actually announced anyone at all is insane, right? Because again, people complained before about how like the character, like, you know, they weren't announcing characters. Now we got, and now in this short time span, we got Spectre, Brawler, and the Battle Mage coming in the future, which is actually pretty cool. Now, is this a redemption arc for DNF? Sort of. You know, they're actually doing announcements now. I guess whatever they were like trying to figure out, they must have got it solved, or they're still trying to figure it out. So it's still, you know, I mentioned before, I really like the gameplay at the end of Duel. I just don't like everything that's around it. And the lack of updates was one issue. Like, you know, lack of content's an issue, and I hope they add more content to the game somehow, right? I mean, I don't know how. I really don't know how, if they're even going to do it. A lot of fighting games just, you know, don't care once they bust out the game. Sometimes they add new content, sometimes they don't. It just is what it is. But I'm kind of happy that the DNF Duel is now actually showing updates. I hope to see more characters in the future, because again, DNF, what really sold me on this game, not only does Arc System make, like, well, Arc System has an involvement with it, it's using Arc System Works' unique graphical style to have his game made. The characters look insanely cool, and all of them so far have looked super cool, right? And especially with Spectre, Brawler, and Battle Mage. Now, granted, I have seen some DFO characters, and I've scrolled through a couple of them just to say, oh, these little characters look sick as hell. And obviously, their designs are not going to translate over to this game. Not all of them, right? There are some characters that, like, again, some of these character classes are in DFO are just classes, right? Not the exact character will transfer over most of the time, right? So look at Launcher, right? Like, Launcher in DNF does not look like any sort of Launcher in DFO, right? So, like, it's cool to see how they adapt these character designs to fit the game, and I'm really excited to see more, because Battle Mage looks cool, right? Battle Mage looks cool so far. I haven't seen much of her, barely seen anything of her, but she looks cool, and her design fits right at home in the game. Honestly, she just looks like a not so crazy Enchantress, which I find funny. Enchantress, Battle Mage, you know, I find it really fun. Maybe they could be rivals of sorts. I don't know. I don't know anything about DFO lore, but you know, they seem like they would be opposing each other. I think that'd be really funny. But the point is the video I'm trying to make here is, I'm excited to see more of DNF, right? I did not write the game off my last video. I just kind of said, meh, you know, whatever, right? Again, I like playing the game. It's just like Guilty Gear Strive. I like the gameplay. It's just everything else around the game, like how they, like lack of content, that sort of thing. Like it's just a more weird Guilty Gear Strive, in my opinion. Again, I like both of those games. They're fun to play. They have great music. They have sick as hell characters. The game's graphics are on point. But then I just think about everything else, like the lack of content, the weird balance patches, the weird updates. Like it was just like, you know, at least Guilty Gear consistently got updated, right? Like I'm not going to give that. Like, Season 3 came out faster than I thought, so I'm not going to give that one, you know, any mess. Not getting any bullshit to that game. But DNF was a weird game. You know, it was weird. I still have no idea what was going on, but whatever they've done, hopefully it got solved. And I'm actually really excited to see more of DNF Duel and see what more characters come out. At this point, I'm just excited to see more characters, right? Like, I just want to see what more characters come out. Like, I hope they add more stuff to it. I hope they add more content. The game definitely needs more, like, single-player content. If not single-player content, just something, right? To make it, like, you know, replayable, you know? Like, do something in the game, right? Story modes and arcade modes and, like, arcade modes that aren't even arcade modes and survival modes, don't do it. Survival mode is actually pretty decent. It actually alleviates the issue I have in some games, survival mode, where it's just like you're just going through a gauntlet and shit. But like at least in DNF, you get like perks and shit with the stuff you earn. Like with the points you earn, you get perks and like, you know, boost up your character and all that kind of shit. So at least the survival mode has something going for it, right? But I hope they add more into the game. I really definitely hope DNF gets more to it. And not just, you know, getting new stages, which is good, more characters is good. Awesome. And I hope to play more of it on my channel. I'm really enjoying the gameplay of DNF Duel. I just hope they improve it enough to where I don't have to make another video like this again. But I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen with DNF Duel in the future. I hope to see more of it. So yeah, that's all I really want to talk about, guys. I really just want to make just a rando video about me talking about DNF Duel because I don't really get the chance to do it much on my channel. So without further ado, I'll see y'all next time. Peace, everyone. Hope y'all have a great day. I'm out. See ya.